Hey guys, it's Josh here from Pearl Lemon Games. First of all, head over to pearllemongames.com. If you want to try any of our video games, you can click this link right here and it will redirect you to our site for games. Also, if you're interested in finding out or getting our free guide and how to build your own video game in less than 12 weeks, just click the link in the description below for access to our free guide.
Hey guys, so this is the part 3 video on how to make a minigame here in Unity. So first is we delete this extra game objects that I've showed you in my previous video. We don't need that. And then move our player into our ground. Okay, so to create a script, there are multiple ways. Other one is to add a component and you can see this new script right here. Just click on it and we name our script. So for example, let's name it to be player movement and then hit enter. Now as you can see, we have our script attached into my player. Or you can also add this script. First, let's remove it. Just click this burger icon right here and then hit remove component. Then the other process of attaching a script into a game object is just by dragging the script into our player game object. Okay, so next is to open our script just by pressing double click on this one. And your IDE will open. So you can see we have two methods in here. The start, it's called before the first frame update. And then here in our update, it's called once per frame. So it happens every second. So to make you an example, let me just create a debug.log in here. Just type in debug.log and then type the word you want it to print, hello world, and then the semicolon to end this line of code. So this line of code prints a message into our game once it's started. So just press S and then go back into Unity and then make sure that this script is attached into a game object because that line of code will not trigger when the script is not attached into a game object. So we hit play and then we should see that message we've entered in our start method here in our console. So now as you can see, it printed hello world. Okay, we exit the play mode and then so next is we need to access our rigid body into our game object in this script. So to do that, just hit public and then type in the rigid body and then the variable. You can set this as anything. I'm just gonna call mine RB and then save this one to check if it's working. So if we go back into our player game object, you can see in our script that it asks for a rigid body. So just drag in this component into this script. Now as you can see, our rigid body is registered in our script. Okay, so now let's get back into our script. So open it again. And then just an example, I'm going to remove the gravity in our game object just by typing our variable in here, RB, and then use gravity is equals to false. And then save this one. then go back to Unity. So that line of code disables this gravity checkbox in our player. As you can see here in our inspector, you can see the use gravity is on. But if we start the game, that check will be removed because of that line of code. So after doing that, let's just duplicate this player and you can see them colliding without a gravity. So that's one small example of coding in our game here in our part 3. So let's proceed into our part 4 wherein we work in the player movement. So thank you for watching and I hope you learned something.